telling you, when you come out here, the weather is like that perfect time where you're just like, wow. And the sunsets, they're beautiful. Hey, it's going to be great.
It's gonna be
You're
great.
probably going to want to move back.
No, every year when I come back around this time of the year, dude, that's all I can think about is coming back home.
Well, not to change the subject, but before we get into it, I'm a little nervous, like with the FTX stuff going on, because I'm like reading the article and I just like take a second and I read, and his name, will you say the FTX guy's name? Let me hear it, like not in
Sam Fried.
but it's SBF.
Yeah, it's Sam Bankman Fried or Bank Fried, but it's Sam Fried or whatever.
Now I was like, holy cow. I'm like, is this all some elaborate name? Like, think about who he is and what he stands for with crypto and the exchange. And then his name is Sam, like Uncle Sam.
Right.
And then Bankman, like bank.
Right.
Like, and then fried or fried, either one. Fried is delicious, but terrible for your heart. Fried is like, wow, it just goes into like crypto freedom. So then I'm like, wait, are we on Punked because his name is just like a really good Twitter handle and I don't know if it's his real name? Like, what if it's so clearly a scam that you're just like, wait, that makes sense. He literally made it like a crazy name that only fits in crypto.
You know what? That's an incredible, absolutely incredible. What's the word I'm looking for? It's an incredible. God damn,
thought.
that word thought. No, that's an incredible like observation. That's what I'm looking for. That was an incredible observation. I mean, yeah, no, Sam, is he for us or is he not? Yo, the APTOS thing. Yo, hold on.
Wait, no, I was just going to say, now I'm thinking, I'm like, of course I read this while I'm in my mom's backyard and I'm locked out of the house and just my peaceful dog sitting there. And like, I'm like, that's what it's like to read in like complete freedom with no sound around you, no nothing. You're just like, wow, what a name.
Sam.
That's how much I was reading the article.
That's beautiful, dude. That's what we need.
Everybody go outside and read a book.
Yeah, read the article. Read the article.
Yeah,
touch
read the
some
article.
grass. You know, be about it. Too Easy Crypto. We're trying to get the squad together. On that note, we put the article out every single week for everyone because we try to maintain consistency with everyone's thought process, where we're at, and what's going on. And without further ado, this is the Easy Side Update, episode 41. Is that what we're doing?
Shout out to Kenyon Drake. With the cards.
Kenyon Drake. My bad, dude. I didn't know who Kenyon Drake was for a second. I know. See, I let you down right there, dude. Fuck.
Well, I was listening to Pardon My Take, and he's a running back. He was only with us for 2 seasons, and he's like a guy who you pick up on fantasy football, and like, I don't know how to make it not sound disrespectful. We're just going to add the clip in of PMT saying it, which is Pardon My Take, Barstool's podcast. We're just going to throw that part in there. Then they'll get it.
Yeah,
love Kenyon Drake, though. Either way, it's okay that you don't know him. Go on.
He was
you
a
were
running
doing
back?
great about the article. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, he was rocking number 41,
Yes.
so it's like kind of a unique thing where you're like, oh, whoa.
I remember.
That's a weird number.
I remember Drake, and he wasn't half bad, dude. I rock with the running back that I saw the other day. Who's our running back right now?
Benjamin.
Dude, Benjamin was looking great, bro.
He went to ASU, so that's pretty dope.
Yo, the flow the Cardinals were having after he went over and talked to homeboy, dude, it seemed like shit got real straight real quick. It was like, you know,
bro, no, we don't want to talk about that.
I know.
Because then my opinion is going to be so hardcore, and then it's going to be like, oh, we're never going to get to crypto. How you feel about NFTs, I feel about football.
Well, you know what I thought about this? Hold on, before you start yelling at me, because I don't really get into it that much, but I could tell you the dynamics of energy that I watched change, and it seemed a lot like ours, right? It's like early in the morning, we're going through the hustle and bustle, and we're trying to get shit done, and you and I meet at a point, and then it's like, all right, shit just needs to be said straight real quick. You know what I mean? And we've had those moments, and when I saw that, I was like, ooh, bro, that's one of those build moments, dude. That's one of those like, we either come together right now and we make it, or we start snowballing into something really bad. And even the announcers were like, yo, dude, I think what it almost seems like, it's like, yo, our jobs are on the line. We gotta get this straight. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You could see that energy out there at that moment, dude. So it was good. It
I mean,
wasn't bad.
it was tough at first, but that just shows winning cures all because we
Yes.
won. Life is good. Everybody's able to laugh about it in the post game interview.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I was thinking to myself, I was like, it's not the worst thing to have in sports. Like, there's
Right.
been plenty of successful superstars that don't like their coach, and their coach is Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like Phil Jackson, Kobe Bryant, Shaq, Michael Jordan when he was with Phil Jackson. I'm sure not
Yeah.
all those guys got along
No,
every time.
absolutely
Like
not. Tom
competitive
Brady.
nature, that's just the way it goes. Yeah,
I mean,
for sure. Look at that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but that it comes to that point. It's, yo, dude, this is a great transition into like crypto. Period. You know what I mean? Like episode 41, we're out here talking game today, guys. Like we have to keep going. You know, and we sometimes shit does have to get straight. Maybe episode 41 is that for us with everybody. Like it sucks right now, because like we're kind of at the bottom, and it felt like the NFT whole Solana ecosystem was building up a lot of great energy with everybody and bringing people together. And the next thing you know, we have Magic Eden do what they do, and Frank D. God. No matter which side you're on, we got Frank and that whole circumstance, and now Aptos. You know, we're kind of getting into the whole article here, but like Aptos has been like kind of a roller coaster for me personally, because it reminds me of just like going through the phase of these cryptocurrencies early days coming out, of like the hype around it, and then is it really that legitimate, and then watching it get criticized and critiqued. And yo, dude, talk about like, you know, it seems like sometimes people come out too smooth. What are they hiding, right? And I'm like, I'm not saying they're hiding anything. What I'm saying is some of the things that we've touched on.
Yeah. Well, I can
know?
back you up because for me,
Yeah.
I'm skeptical of everything. Everybody's a liar until I decide that they're not a liar.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So I'm just like, yeah, and I mean, we got into like a healthy discussion because like I was saying, for NFTs and stuff, like I have no issue. Like shout out to Core DAO. They put up a great thread, and
Yeah.
that was like months ago, so they were early.
Way
so it's
early.
always shout out to the guys.
Yeah.
But I was just like, dang, let the dust settle because I don't know
Yes.
what's going on. There's like people talking about tokenomics and all those issues. So I sent those threads and I was like, oh, well, with respect, here's some negativity. And I was like, I don't want to talk about it until I
Yeah.
feel like I can defend it in a public
Yeah.
forum.
No, absolutely. And that was the thing, is like I appreciated, because going into the weekend, early Saturday, I was kind of on the narrative of like, oh, they're accomplishing all of this. They got mainstream backers and the energy and the wave. And then a lot of people that we know, that we talk to in the space, are like really excited about it. And so it finally came out. And the first project that came out, somebody's talking about making 30 times off of it. And the group that we support, Core DAO, shout out absolutely to the guys. It's like, yeah, dude, we love when our teams win, bro. We're all of our favorite, number one fans. Like we just like support the shit out of our communities, and it's like, that's great. And then when you hit me with the slime, bro, and like those are the facts, yo. And that's the thing in like politics and the world you live in. If you can't deal with the slime, because you got to see it, you got to identify it, and you got to be able to, understand things. So real quick, just to touch on something, it said, I really hope that this is wrong. 100,000 transactions per second is what they're supposed to have, right? That's 10 times what Solana's supposed to have, and you see Solana only has up to what I've seen, like mid 4,000s, right? So I maybe have seen it in around 5,000 once.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Aptos apparently is only like, it's below 50. I can't remember the exact number, and it's in one of those articles, but I know it was under 50, and it was under Ethereum. Now, remember Ethereum's transaction with the upgrade, and then by the time they finally reach sharding and everything they're doing, they'll meet that point. But Aptos coming out, having all this big money back in it, and then the demand was for the transaction speed and the hype with the NFT community. It was like, we're going to fix all the negative parts of Solana. Well, we've seen that with Ethereum, and you'll consistently see it throughout the entire, timeline of the ecosystem. So I'm glad you said that, and it's definitely opened my eyes, because I was like, yeah, I'm jumping in, dude. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still think it's different because I was saying NFT wise, like I think that there's some cool things on there and I like it and I'm willing to try it myself, but I was thinking, oh, too easy. Do we want to put that behind without like, I just felt like we were going too fast into it to be like, yep,
No,
nope, this is
absolutely.
good. I don't want to be, I had to learn from Luna because it was like we were so skeptical and we trusted
Yeah.
what we thought. And then moving forward, then right when we
Yeah.
get invested, pun intended, it freaking collapses. So
Literally.
now I'm skeptic. You're a liar until proven innocent.
Yeah. No,
But
and it should
shout
be
out to
that way.
BitLord. Shout out to BitLord. Did you see that thread I put in, or I put in of his?
When he met with
He met
Duquan.
Dokwon. Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. We got to
I'm
see
like,
video,
well, as
right?
a follower, as a follower of BitLord, and he follows me, I respect it. If the boss man says don't meme me to death, then
Yeah.
the guns are down.
Citizens arrest. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
We love you, BitLord. If you're listening out there, dude, you're our crown jewel of the markets, dude. Thank you for leading the way for the rest of us and understanding how to navigate this economy, or market, I should say. But let's get into it this week, bro. We got a lot of heat. They say you got the quote. It's "Tell them pay me." Yeah, I'm on my shit. Don't try to play me.
Don't try to play me, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like do you need to listen to the song,
Give me
just
a
a
clap.
snippet of it, get
Give
the
me a-
vibe?
Tell them play me in. I'm on my shit, don't try to play me in.
I was like, I need to spread these vibes into the Discord
Yeah.
so that they know. Right when I got done listening to that maybe 10, 15 times straight, because that's the way it goes in my brain,
Yeah.
I was like, I got to tell these guys that this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be paid, or the limitless pursuit of happiness. One of those two is happening.
Yeah.
That's all I want my itinerary to be.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to tell the squad. I hope they think like this too, because I want to be doing something totally awesome.
Yeah.
And whatever I want to do at that moment, or be getting paid. Why not live like that?
Exactly. And talking about what's happening, shout out to Happenings and the whole squad. We love all you guys. Episode 41. We are here getting into it this week. Seeing growth in this market is difficult to believe in because of current market conditions. So people are a little scared and they got some fear preventing the retail investors to actually jump into the markets right now. And like we broke it down, Solana and APTOS, and the way it kind of feels right now with what's happened, you definitely see that toll it's taking on the market just based off the energy. It was all good mornings for at least like good solid 2-3 months there. Everybody just loving everybody, and people get a little quiet, right? When things start going down, and it's
Right.
unique.
And it's whoa. Hey, you still got your part as if I'm reading a script. That was just for the fans. Thanks, my loyal fans. But I'm going off the script this time. So what you were saying made me realize in psychology of money, they talk about how most people don't win. And this is just, you can see it on the internet. You're like, this is why people tend to tap out when it gets hard.
Absolutely.
Instead of moving forward, keep the fight. I mean, for me, I've just been in such a phase where I'm trying to learn as much as I can so that I can make the best decision possible.
That's right.
So we're out there in the streets of Twitter.
Out there watching and observing, and these past few weeks have been interesting to say the least. And so for that, don't lose sight of the vision. And if I could share a little bit of that vision, we got the crypto story, right? And for decades to come, the story of blockchain and cryptocurrency will revolutionize the way generations consider value, privacy, and freedom. And it is important that we continue to write this story and use these tools that empower the people. And that's kind of what we're elaborating on. It's like, don't be like the rest of the herd. Separate yourself. And I like that phrase that Les Brown, Jim Ron use all the time. They go, you got to, separate yourself from the men, from the boys, right? And that is I mean, that goes for just anybody on the face of the planet. You have to eventually decide, do you want to level up or not? And this is where the leveling up happens every time in my life personally, where I'm like, wow, 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 wow. So,
and this is where you keep going based on what you believe in versus, oh, some guy said this. Because this article that you started with, I was like, I like that. Everything he's saying, he keeps it simple. If you're a believer in blockchain moving forward.
Yeah.
You know, you see that more investors are interested in crypto than ever.
Yeah.
And institutional interest continues to increase. And I mean, to keep it that simple, you can see it. And if you go back a few articles, you can see how many big name companies are actually using blockchain already.
Yep. I mean, that's all you need right there. Right?
Right.
You know, because everybody's like, follow the big money. Well, the big money has decided that the infrastructure of blockchain is good to, you know, start using within their business structure, right? The infrastructure of blockchain is good for the development of business. That is something that's being understood. If it's good fundamentally for business, that means it's going to have an impact on all industries, right? So check this out. When I started talking, I can't remember which social media app we just started on, but I was chit-chatting with somebody going back and forth, and I was like, the beauty and the power of blockchain is it's going to transform and give a steroid into markets of all types of industry. And this guy goes, man, I think that's a little too far. I don't think so. And I was like, why is that too much of a big statement, dude? Like, do you not understand the fundamentals of what blockchain does then? No, you don't. So stop talking smart and just listen for a second and understand the fundamental process of what blockchain is can impact all industries, right? What's the value there? Well, it's enough value to know that when you see leaked draft U.S. Congress legislation start coming out and people are like, time out, yo, is this too much? Are they going the right way? I mean, I think BitBoy's reaction this week was pretty legendary.
You know what? We are tired of people that look like this guy trying to run stuff. I don't represent the people. The fuck I don't. I'm the one who does. It's me. I'm the one out here putting the work in behind the scenes trying to save crypto while these devils, Sam Bankman-Fried, Brian Armstrong, they're trying to permanently ruin it. This is not about money for me. I hope you guys understand this. I am here fighting for you.
Shout out to BitBoy. That man gets a lot of slime, man. Sorry, let's take that back because slime is facts in the beginning, right? Like, that man takes a lot of heat for no reason, man. Poor guy. Well, I don't know if no reason, but the man takes a lot of heat, you know? So, but he's right.
Well, BitLord saluted him, so I was like, all right, guess you're good.
You're good.
You get over here too. Follow Dokwon or Dukwon.
Yeah.
Come aboard.
Yeah. And so with that narrative finally like really spreading on the internet, like, hey, these people are making the rules and they're saying this, that, and the other. We got to pay attention and do something about it. We can't just let them do it. You know, like it's one thing for these institutions to keep us accountable, but then it's another thing to have those institutions be kept accountable as well. And we're supposed to rely on legislative branches to do so, and these committees, and then the judicial branch. But I mean, it's like we're not really getting anywhere, and you can see that with the case of like XRP, you know, and we could talk a little bit about that in just a second. But IRS, you know, you said it great. IRS hires 87,000 new employees so they can track every single transaction, you know?
Right.
Kind of a joke, but
I literally put LOL in my notes after that, but they want to literally know everything that you're doing from NFTs to staking. And I'm like, you do want to know? Okay, great. Because I've lost a lot of money. So if you can repay me for buying these JPEGs.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tax write-off's going to be great. Hey, great idea, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Especially this year, man. Like the whole crypto industry should get like a definite incentive from the government to even stay living here for what they've done to the economics within the crypto market. Like genuinely, you know, I mean, I'm totally kidding. I love my country. I'm not leaving, but like this is it is a little ridiculous looking at our leadership and, the whole talk about CBDCs and stuff with the White House. And, there's a video that Happenings just put in Discord with the Central Bank of England talking about it, dude. And I was like, yo, this is not what we want, man. CBDCs aren't really the way. We've all discussed it. I think we can all agree it's not what we want. Definitely when it comes to your security and your privacy and your ownership of your own value, and in control of that. So, sorry, moving past that. Our leader.
No, I don't know. You're blitzing it. I'm like, holy cow, we're at XRP already. Where was I at? Holy heck.
No. Our leaders are really.
No.
Our leaders are.
Wait, hey, can you fix your camera? So I can see your beautiful face. It's like barely above your eyes. It's kind of freaking me out.
Yeah, can you see me?
I feel like
now?
I'm like.
It's my hair. I don't want you seeing my hair.
Look at my hair. I have a reason for my hair being really long right now. It's because I'm gonna be Chucky for Halloween, typical red-haired guy.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna need a wig, so I'm just growing it out just a little bit,
right.
And it's kind of, it's a little brazy right now.
It looks good, man. You look all right. I mean, you slick that back.
All right, so yep. Mm-hmm. So DeFi killer, is this where the mistrust in Sam Bankman-Fried? Oh, Fried, not Freeman.
Fried.
Sam Bankman, SBF. We'll say that one, SBF.
Yeah.
Is this where the opinions started to change? I know he had a tweet. Do we put it later?
Yeah, I mean, we could put it later.
I mean, he made me literally move all my stuff off FTX. Shout out to Ledger Gang. I'm one of the good guys now.
Yeah. Your cold wallet, man. You are completely in control of your value. That's what a ledger is. No, and I need one. I know my old one doesn't work, and I have not even bothered to open the thing up. But you're in control of your value. I just want to say this about, in particular, keeping it on this article. The DeFi killer, what they're coming in and doing, and what this bill will do. It definitely will already hurt a market that's already hurt, because it's going to cause people to fear to jump into the investment even that much more. And then you're going to see the institutions and the big money just scoop up a lot of that market share. And so where will that market share go for the retail investors? It will have to be funneled into the institutions and the big money, right? And they'll get their return on investment. That's smart money, man. That's big business. And it's like, you have to not try to fight that system. You have to figure out how to adapt to the change in that system. And that's what we're doing. And that's why, for me, Aptos, bringing it full circle, seemed like a good investment. You had a lot of big money.
You're literally time warping again?
One more time.
Without me?
Well, we're keeping it where we're at, But that,
I was going to ask you what you thought about giving up a little bit of decentralization in the name of,
adoption.
Yes.
Got you.
Because that's what SBF was getting into, right? In this article.
Yeah. I don't know if I can't say I agree, but it's not something that I can combat, right? That is a thing on a massive global scale that people would have to come together and understand, and we'd all have to unite around that one direction, right? So, but the thing is no matter which way we go, we're going to have to come to like a centralized point of understanding, right? And so that ideologue and that conversation is vital to the growth in this industry. And so am I willing to sell it out, decentralization? I mean, bro, you want my honest to God answer? Dude, this is something that I almost want to die on the hill for, right? But then there's times where people...
That's why we have that meme at the end of the article.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Bubba will die for you.
No. I mean... I'll take a bullet for somebody, right? You would.
Well, obviously in the meta,
right?
Who's doing that? Who's dying in real life?
Goodness. But yeah, we don't want to give that up, but it's like, what am I willing to give in return? I definitely want to see Bitcoin and Ethereum adopted. I want to see definitely the top 100 get an opportunity, and I would like to see us grow past the top 100. I would like to see the market really grow and become, a NASDAQ or a Dow and create more than just $1 trillion in value, or even 3. I want to go to 10. I want to go to 20. I want to create an economy and a market that everybody can kind of benefit from. So
Yeah.
what is the answer? Yes.
Well, so, and then what do you think about this part of the article where the people who develop and publish software are excluded from the term digital commodities trading facility?
Right, because they wouldn't be considered a broker. And so that's right. I mean, why are you going to penalize somebody and make them have to go spend extra money for an extra part of filing and figure out that amount of value? That's hours and time of somebody's got to dive into all of that ledger, right? Even though it's right there and it's transparent, like somebody's got to take the time to dive into that. And then after they do that, you know, they got to send that to the government, and then all these other things have to happen. That's a big process. And I don't think that process needs to be on the developer that's literally creating free speech off of free speech. That's what it is, right? So
Right.
I think that's a dub. That's a win, especially
Right.
me in a software development company, you know, working with my company. I'm like, yeah, bro, absolutely. That's a huge win.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is what led Sam into the conversation about how he would remove certain cryptos off FTX if he was worried about it being a security. And that's when I jumped and I was like,
Bro.
I don't know which coin that is,
Yeah.
but if it's something I have, I don't want it to be removed. So
Right.
that's when I moved it right to my ledger. I was like, oh, perfect day.
Right. It's like the whole
And
XRP
I missed out.
thing.
I missed out on doing the joke where you basically put your 24 words and you write them out and you're like, just got all set up.
Yeah. Seen that
I think I
multiple
still
times.
might do it. I think I still might do it.
Might need to, and just retweet your original tweet. Hey guys, finally set up. Thanks for your support.
Yep, here you go. Locked up safe. Nobody can get to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go one up and have like a fake password up too.
It's just like what happened with XRP when you watch these exchanges quickly remove it from their platforms like Binance and Coinbase, and you saw it happen with Litecoin as well on Binance when they went full privacy. But the thing is like the developers and these engineers are understanding the importance of free speech and freedom in markets and economics. And so like you're seeing privacy become more of an issue. And that's why I say like the next round, yeah, NFTs are going to be really important, but privacy is going to be big. It's going to be really big because why should somebody be at all in control of your life if they're making terrible decisions themselves? That's like literally the government, right? Like if they're making bad decisions, do you want them to have control over your money, right? And that's like,
I'm okay. Thank you. I can lose it all gambling on my own, okay?
exactly. And so the institutions are a great representation of what our legislative branch and our leaders in Washington, D.C. really look like. And so when Brad Garlinghouse came out this week and swung pretty hard yet again, shout out to you. Great name, Garlinghouse, up to bat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He swung he swung pretty hard, dude. He goes, the SEC wants you to think that it cares about disclosure, transparency, and clarity. Don't believe them. When the truth eventually comes out, the shamefulness of their behavior will shock you. That's sick. And those are bold words, Cotton.
Yep. That was a dope tweet. It even got a response from you know who?
BitLord.
No.
Yeah,
well,
it did.
I'm sure. Actually, it did. It
Yeah.
did. But
But who
no
else?
disrespect to BitLord, but Elon Musk.
Yes, very true.
Elon Musk just goes,
Very
no
true.
way. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I mean, if you're XRP holder, you're probably like, that's pretty dope.
I mean, you got
Yeah.
everybody's eyes on
You
you
know-
at that point.
You know who we are.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to us. Dude, I remember when we were at 385 for XRP and Brad Garlinghouse shows up on Fox Business and I started freaking out, dude. Like, this
Yeah.
was before Bitcoin was a ticker on the screen or Ethereum or anything, bro. I'm like, I'm going crazy, bro. You know, I mean, yeah, I own that. That's me, you know? So,
Later, you call your job like Jonah Hill and Wolf of Wall Street when he quits his job.
Yeah.
Did you go that far?
I literally quit my job, yeah. I quit bartending at probably one of the best gigs that I ever had. I was making like $400 a night, and I quit because I made 12 grand out of $750 in like 2 weeks. I was like,
You thought you could retire off that? Yeah.
Absolutely, dude. I thought I figured it all out, dude. It was terrible.
Look at all these boomers messing with our lives, complaining about how easy we got. We're like, $12,000 can't even make you live lavishly forever. You believe that?
Right? Yeah. So, but it's really cool watching the whole story play out, like we've talked about, right? Brad Garlinghouse coming in and just saying it kind of like how he saw it and how things are going, and the response from the community. And Elon Musk is part of that community. He is part of crypto community, and that was beautiful, man. And the truth will set you free. And when the truth does come out, how will we keep these people accountable? That is the question that we just asked a minute ago. How are we keeping? Yeah, they want to keep us accountable, but what about them? And hopefully through these lawsuits, we start getting some of that, man. Because did I put it in here this week? Grayscale? Yeah, it's right after this. Yep. Yeah, I put that in here last minute.
Dude. Don't leave me behind. Don't leave me behind again.
My bad.
I promise I'll be there.
Yeah, my bad. Well, then let's talk about it. XRP bringing in being able to be compatible with Ethereum and have access to the decentralized applications. I mean, you're talking about a lot of decentralization there hitting XRP. That's dope. We like that a lot, right?
Right.
So,
and what they're doing is they would do a side chain that aims to bring Ethereum smart contracts to the XRP ledger. All right, so since we're too easy, we're technically for the plebs.
Right.
Why don't you tell them, like, why is that important? What, maybe even break it down to what is a smart contract?
Okay. So smart contract, when it came out, it was developed because of Bitcoin, right? The use of blockchain could develop an opportunity where A and B could create an agreement, and after that agreement was met, then the contract could become valid, and it would go through, and whatever was upon that agreement would be received to whoever was to be receiving, right? So the way the process of the blockchain and a digital ledger would work started to evolve, and so that's the smart contract. And so XRP, when it was coming out, it was just about doing transactions, right? The old school Bitcoin way of, A to B. This is the transaction of value going from this guy to this guy. No contract in between, but doing it very fast, right? You had Litecoin come out before them. They could do it in 7 minutes. Bitcoin was like hours or days sometimes. And so things started getting faster and faster. And so Ethereum, they've gone from, right, smart contract to staking. So it's like different the way that it works now, right? Proof of work. I mean, they still offer smart contracts, but the way that the blockchain develops a block is different, right? And so XRP develops a block different than Ethereum does. But the thing is the ecosystem with decentralized applications being built on Ethereum and the value that's within that, now XRP can gain access into it, just like a plugin works on your website, right? It's like being able to access that ecosystem. So like, for example, you build a website, then you add a dashboard on the back end, and that dashboard has a whole bunch of different things that you can, do for your business. You can monitor, your employees, your numbers, put important documents in there, and it's all in one place, right? Like, that's what XRP and Ethereum kind of technically are doing, right? They're two different platforms, and XRP is just, juicing itself up and gaining access into Ethereum. So, I mean, that's the beauty behind this, and that's what we want to see. We want to see,
right.
Start the ecosystem come together and make better.
And you'll get the best of both worlds.
Right, best of both worlds, but you still get, everybody's centralization with XRP. It was a good point that Happenings brought up this week, talking about how the documentation that he put in the Discord, shout out, please jump in, great convo, beautiful content in there. It was talking about how what XRP really does, there's no centralized control over that network, and that it can literally go on its own. Like nobody can just shut it down, right? And they're like in that claim of it being like Bitcoin, you know what I mean? Like it's going to keep going. And so you can't really stop it. And that's kind of true with the centralized exchanges, cutting it off, and yet people still had access to it and could get it, right? That's where there's a lot of validity to that statement for sure. But the centralization part of it that we all discuss about XRP is the banks. And just a second ago, when I think of Bank of England and the White House talking about CBDCs, I think about a whole bunch of tycoons smoking cigars, playing Monopoly on the backs of citizens around the world, working their asses off, just trying to have a family and a little bit of pursuit of happiness. Wild. So I don't know. XRP, are you for us? We want that. We want that dub, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yep.
So let's see it.
Well, we'll see how the compatibility, is that the right word?
Yeah.
Compatibility with Ethereum, how that works. Because the main net will be live around the second quarter of 2023. So got a little test net going around. Hopefully it works. And like you said, we're just trying to build the blockchain better and better and have the best of both worlds.
Right.
And then you add that and you keep going down, sideways, all over the freaking blockchain.
What's dope is, like, you're seeing, it's a great transition. Coinbase backing up Grayscale. XRP fighting the SEC. That's what Grayscale is doing, right? They're fighting the SEC. And you and I have discussed this several times in the articles in the past, months. Grayscale wants this Bitcoin spot ETF, right? Spot Bitcoin ETF, or whichever way it is. And do they deserve it? Well, yeah, right? I mean, other mutual funds are created and they're worried about the manipulation of the market, right? Well, it's like, are you guys kidding me for real? Like, look at traditional markets. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And you look at traditional markets in another sense where you see these banks getting their custodian, custodian wallets all set up.
Right.
Then you're like, wow, no, what if Grayscale was the genius one and they were one of the first ones to do it? Would that be the biggest lawsuit to maybe ever happen if you're super bullish and you're like, oh, Bitcoin goes up to 100K? And
right.
Now you're sitting there kind of holding the pieces and getting to pick and choose who gets to the next level and makes the bread.
It's free reign for big money right now, right? There's so much blood in the streets that only the ones that had liquidity are the ones scooping up any type of value right now. And that's the, transition from value going from these set of hands to the next set of hands, right? And psychology and money, most people do lose. They do. And that's sad. That's because bad investment techniques are taught throughout all these markets. All of them. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be bonds. It could be housing. It could be, cars. It could be any type of market. There are bad things that happen in markets, but that's because people are trying to get their piece, right? And so this is the thing, is like, we can't have that piece being taken by the government or these institutions, and we can't have them slowing it down and slowing down the growth that we're getting to, right? And that's the same thing that XRP is trying to expose. Grayscale, Coinbase. Thank God the big boys are stepping up, dude. Like we've been talking about. Y'all got money in the bank. Come on, put it to use and help out the community in the legal side of this stuff,
And you said getting a piece. Speaking of getting a piece, look at Ted.
Right.
He's getting a piece of that. What is it? A cash register? Oh
right.
Yeah. Hey, he's getting in there.
Yeah. Happy to see Coinbase get in the mix and help combat the SEC and their mismanagement of digital asset oversight. It's feeling a little bearish out here, and that's the Ted GIF humping the register. Yeah, dude. When I found that GIF and I saw that part, immediately I was like, this one right here, this one's going to make Troy laugh. This one's going to do it.
And that was the first piece of proof that I was even reading the article. I say, hey, great Ted GIF.
Love that.
And how could you not be feeling like Ted? That's how I feel every single payday when I dollar cost average in. I'm like, oh, frick, yeah, we're still here.
Yeah. No, absolutely. With me personally, same thing, dude. I'm trying to salvage any crumbs that I can find and put into the market. So shout out to NFTs real quick. Unveiled. Got to just talk about this group real quick. I think they might be underrated, not financial advice, of course, but they might be underrated because of kind of the content that I'm finding in their Discord. I'm finding some things that are like useful information, and I'm going to dive more into it, but it's all about passive income and how to, grow revenue streams and how to grab, more value in the markets, and the community seems pretty tight knit together. And I'm like, dude, I love that kind of energy, man. Like, I'm really big on that. So shout out to them. Shout out to Getting Your Piece.
Who?
Get it in the market.
You want to say it again?
Unveiled?
Oh, yeah.
It's tough.
You come on our podcast chilling? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, dude. I'm always
You
out
just
here
chilling?
chilling, but NFA gets you out of jail free card,
Mm-hmm.
But no, seriously, not financial advice. Just guys on the internet talking some slime, No, slat, not slimes. We got slime and
slime.
slat.
You should say slime.
Slime?
Slat is slime love and wait, what is it? I'm blanking. Now you can't put it on the pod. But
No.
I was not thinking about rap music and Young Thug right now, so I couldn't remember it, but I've said it before. If you're a good listener, why don't you tell me what it is? And then maybe Bubba Crypto himself will send you algo this time.
I think I sent algo. You sent algo last time, huh? Okay, bet. Let's see who's got it. Getting back to it, we got Morgan Stanley's ex-CEO John Mack stepping into the light this week. He's got some words, and I think it can make you a little bullish, the complete opposite of Ted humping a cash register. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, why? I thought that is bullish.
I don't know if that was bullish. That'd be more like bearish.
Well, only bearish because it's a pun intended. He's a bear.
That's what I'm saying.
But this is where I don't know how I feel about John Mack, because in his own words, it says he's been investing several years in 2017.
Yeah.
And that's pretty early.
That
And he
is
says
pretty
he doesn't
early.
know what crypto's about. It's like, oh, okay, you're one of those guys. I don't know. I just stumbled on crypto, made 30,000, and I just walked away. I just knew how it goes. I actually met a guy like that, and I was like, he literally told me, he was like, oh yeah, no, I bought a Bored Ape. I just thought it was cool, and then it went to the moon. And I was like, I'm guessing you sold that at the right time too, right? And he like, yeah, of course, just untouchable. That's how everybody wants it to go. Right. But away from that, he does make me feel better, because he's like, I don't know what gives crypto value after he's been in so long. And I'm like, yeah, maybe crypto is confusing.
It might be a little bit. I mean, I definitely get a lot of phone calls from my dad. My dad asked me about Ravencoin a while back. I was like, hey, whoa, hey, good for you, my man. Where did you find this, But wild. I think John Mack is onto something. So is the entire market. The whole entire world understands the value of crypto is really starting to skyrocket, and not in the value of like price action, and that goes all the way back to the beginning of the article, right? It's not about the price action right here, y'all. It's about the building part of it. And if he's curious what backs the value of crypto, it's the users in the ecosystem. Right? It's the same thing with American dollar, right? Without us, it doesn't have any value. Doesn't. The bank can do whatever they want to interest, interest rates. Whatever we do with our money, we stop using paper currency. Paper currency becomes unvalued. No value at all. So that's what they fear, dude.
I mean, it's a genius idea. It's like, why don't we use paper, which is made from trees, which is our source of oxygen? I have an idea. It's not limitless. Let's just burn all the trees down and see how life goes. See?
Yeah, right.
There is a limit. But I think it's a dumb idea to be using your source of oxygen for just paper value.
Right. No, absolutely. I think
that was my environmentalist section.
Love it.
Shout out to Wildlife Warriors. They get me.
They get
Shout out to Algorand, Clean Blockchain.
I mean,
I'm getting a sea turtle. Tax write-off. Thank you, $87,000 IRS guys. I donated to the zoo, and I got this cool little image. I'll take my money back.
Oh, God, that's great.
Okay, we're back on. I just
content.
had to fill them in. Is it? That's good content.
That's good content, man.
I'm just excited about my sea turtles. I grew up with the turtle. The turtle was actually part of the family before I was part of the family. And then I got, when the turtle didn't come back from the hospital, let's just say I had a hard time.
Getting back to the humanitarian part of cryptocurrency, right? Paper currency eats a lot of trees, and cryptocurrency just uses a lot of energy. I mean, I don't know. I got a tough. I mean, paper lasts longer. Yeah, I mean, for sure. But then it deteriorates, goes, dies, whatever. Trees keep creating oxygen, plant more trees.
Not as a condom.
All right. Moving on. Getting past it. Morgan Stanley.
Yep, getting past it. Okay. Oh, dang it. I thought we were done on that one.
It's all
I was
good.
about to have a good transition.
Yeah, moving past it.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
You want to hear it?
Yeah. Got to hit moving past it, though.
Well, at first, now I'm back on the paper condom thing. And then I was like, so then we had FTX's Sam Fried. We don't really know that part. He's subjected to probing from the Texas Securities. And I was like, is that anally or no?
That's good. That's good. That made the pod.
And then you're probably hoping that, like, I mean, if that's happening, we're going to need more than paper.
Gonna need some lube.
Mm-hmm.
I need some lube. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a hope.
Gonna need some lube, Sam. Sam Bankman, just randomly happening, a very crypto name.
And maybe a prayer. Might need a prayer. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, hey, this guy's getting anally probed. I need that ledger to come quick. Literally ordered it on Amazon Prime. Shout out to Jeff Bezos. Was there literally the next day. I was like, yep, no, this guy's about to get probed. I'm getting out of here. So I'm walking away. I'm like, nope, 5 to 8%. I'm okay. I don't want to. Next thing I know, I'm getting anally probed by the government, and I'm like, yep, nope. It was. I don't even want to be a snitch, so I'm gonna be like, yep, ledger time later. At least spit on the probe.
Oh, that's good.
So did you want to go back to John Mack?
No, I think we just keep moving into Sam Fried since you did so well on that. That was beautiful. That was great. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Probing by Texas, of course. He's going to need a lot of lube. Texas is big. Everything's bigger in Texas. So I don't know. I don't know really what the cause for this is. I haven't seen a response, nor have I looked for one. So I don't know. Did you see one?
Response to what?
Sam, did you see Sam respond to this?
No. My Twitter game is lacking just a little bit, and I was more worried about my crypto, especially with FTX. I was like, you can't have that much of my time and make me have to get a ledger and remove all my crypto.
Valid.
And that was about it. So
Valid.
all I know is the regulators are trying to anally probe him in regards to the Voyager bankruptcy case.
And that's the part where I was like, okay, see, that's kind of good, right? Accountability. And I'm not saying I'm against Sam or not, bro, but that's the thing with this whole APTOS market, right? I mean, all of this is full circle, but the man's got his hands in a lot of different pots. Remember, when we came around the corner into this bear market, right, a lot of news started circulating about how much cash this man was sitting on, and he was starting to put it to use. And you and I, straight out the gates, were like, oh, hell yeah, bro. Absolutely. That's great news, having a guy come out here and keep building and investing back into our ecosystem. Thank you. And as things have gone on, it's not like we're out here questioning him as a builder. We're just like, we want to make sure that you're still looking out for us, the consumer, right? The retail investor at the end of the day. So, because there's obviously repercussions to that.
And I've seen some opinions on Twitter that are talking about how I don't know if like being a sellout is what they would say, but basically when the big names like Tom Brady and all that and FTX was expanding like a monster, it was people were kind of saying that he was losing a little bit of the fundamentals of crypto and the love for the community in regards to just taking whatever it took to be the conqueror of the metaverse.
Yeah. I mean, there's market share, right? Going to the ones that know how to play the game the best. So Jordan Peterson said it the finest. He's like, why is it fair that 2% of the population on the planet control so much value of the planet? And he's like, well, think about how much they're able to get accomplished. Not like the money that goes down from like heritage, right? Handed down from person to person, because then that money gets managed by other people, creating more value for others, right? So those people become very wealthy off of this family's wealth. And so the population, obviously, as we keep growing, there's going to be different dynamics to those numbers, but these people attract a lot of value because of what they're able to accomplish. So if you're mad about the ecosystem not benefiting you, then put your value to work, right? Start working on yourself every single day and make yourself more valuable to the marketplace. And that's, if people are hating on Sam for doing that, then hey, dude, good for you, Sam. But if you're out here playing a bad game, and that's what this Voyager thing might be shedding some light on, that's what, I mean, the market will start questioning and asking questions. But remember, Wells Fargo, they got off the hook for all the stuff they did to their the people that bank with them, and only had to pay like $1 billion as to the SEC or something like that. You're just like, oh, okay, all right, so yeah, scot free. All right, cool.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I was picking up on too, on that Gary Gensler and Jon Stewart podcast.
Right.
Was Jon Stewart was like asking him, he was like, to a big bank or a big hedge fund, these fines are literally nothing. And then all Gary could say was, yeah, we wish we could do more, is what it felt like.
Yeah, right. I mean, the thing is their legal team compared to the legal team that these bigger businesses have, I mean, it's an investment, man. I mean, so check it out. In my business plan for anything that's ever considered crypto, right, that I've like ventured off into, the first thing that I've thought about allocating any funds to, you ready? Your legal team. Has to be, bro. You're going to be fighting so much regulation and so much uncertainty that the cost of doing business as a crypto business, right? Anything to do with it, it costs a lot. And that's what I've learned, man. And so that's the thing why these DAOs are so valuable and these NFT markets, and Solana is such a hot ticket. And it's, bro, just one quick side note, sensitive subjects like Sam Fried, and is he really for us? Sensitive topic, bro. Royalties, is that really for us? You know, and that's like, and these topics keep getting brought up within the revolutions of the cycles of the markets of what is like the main importance. And this is important right now, bro. Royalties and NFTs are important because it creates that opportunity for a business to not have to go through all that cost to operate. You know, that's very important for startup costs. And so like right here, the argument is royalties, and it's about being about the consumer. And that's a great transition to the next part, you know?
Right. And speaking of startups, KuCoin and Polygon, they have a strategic partnership which allows them to integrate more innovative Web3 features in the future.
Yeah. Hot, dude. That's what we want, right? I mean, and I love how Polygon Matic is just jumping all over Web3, bro. I mean, they're just getting hot,
they're crushing it.
Yep. And so
that's why my takeaway from this article was, for Matic, it's just more proof that it works.
I mean, I'm seeing Matic as valuable as, as valuable as like Chainlink, you know what I mean? Or Cosmos. I'd put it in like that category of value. I mean, very important to the ecosystem of crypto. And as things get built and they get bigger, they're going to need help to build different parts of that infrastructure, right? In that ecosystem. And that's why, you know, for example, people are scared that robots are going to come in and they're going to, you know, take over their jobs and people are going to lose their jobs. It's like, well, hold on, bro. We got like a huge ecosystem that's being built digitally, and it's a whole frontier that has not been discovered. It's all open for building, you know, for builders. And that's like, It's like the U.S. when it first got founded, man. You know, Wild Wild West and all the frontiers and all of that. Me and you, we're Lewis and Clark out here, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right. And like we said at the beginning of that last article, or one of them, but Web3 is essentially learning from all the mistakes of Web2.
Yeah.
All that mistrust that was built upon for various reasons, we're now free.
Yeah.
Or trying to break free of.
Yeah. And what I like about KuCoin is they've been like a consistent player, right? And so seeing them look at Polygon and go, well, this is a no-brainer. This will help out our ecosystem and our users so much. Obviously, we're jumping all over this. And they did. And so it gives more validity to Polygon. And not only that, it gives more validity to KuCoin, because KuCoin makes pretty solid decisions to just continuously be a leader in cryptocurrency and in this market. So shout out to both of them, man.
I didn't realize that KuCoin they basically their wallet is secure. And what is it? It's like private or something like that.
Yeah, it's like, so you know your customer KYC, so like you can get around that. And that's important if you want to have private transactions. But that's the same thing with a decentralized exchange. They don't know your identity, or they don't have to, right? You can just create a wallet. That's why another good wallet, Trust Wallet. You know, you did the best move, Troy. And that's like, I mean, I haven't said that to you, but, and I guess I just haven't even thought of it. But like, that was the best move you could have made. Personally, I did it. I absolutely did it. Problem is, you know, my computer was so behind when I bought mine right then, in the sense of just a year and a half, the software wasn't good enough. And so it's like, you know, you made the right decision, because now you have tangible access to something that nobody can take from you unless they're going to take it out of your cold, dead hands. Right?
Right.
And that's powerful.
Yeah.
It was very powerful.
I mean, I don't think I felt more secure than when I locked it up and was like, nobody's getting
Can't
this.
touch
So
me.
if you're coming out, and they even give you 2 ledger stickers, and I'm like,
Right.
what do I freaking put it on? I'm like, do I want to put it on my car?
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, probably not, you freaking idiot. You don't
Yeah.
want to be like, hey guys, I have a ledger. Follow me home and
Rob
murder me.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
go ahead and try it. Maybe I bought more than one. Maybe I have ledgers hidden all over the place and fake passwords everywhere. And before you off me, I'm going to make your life difficult. That's a meme got on the way out.
Let me hit you with something crazy. Unstoppable domain. You could build a website that can't be shut down, that could give you access to develop wallets, and you could just keep creating wallets, right? And couldn't be shut down. You could make it you could privately access that website through something like Firefox or Brave, and your IP address isn't being tracked or anything. And so you're able to make a transaction, and it's all secure, and nobody can just, you know, watch over what you're doing. And that's like, privacy is going to become very important, very, very important. And it's like, there's so many tools that have been developed out there on decentralized applications that are, you know, going to benefit the ecosystem, the marketplace of traditional and newer markets in such a way that it's like, oh God, dude, it's a beautiful thing. And that's why, bro, great transition. Jamie Dimon, bro. This man has not been for crypto at all, man.
Wow.
But when you take the name JP Morgan, you'll find all sorts of shit about cryptocurrencies, bro. And MetaMask as well, Zcash. They've got their hands, they're all over the place. That's why Jamie Dimon is a little bit like, what would you say? Man, I want to be careful with my words nowadays, just in case, you know, you never know who's listening.
You want to be nice to a guy who doesn't like crypto, but says he can't stop Epstein's wallet, or not even wallet. That's how Web3 I am. His bank account.
Bank account. Yeah, dude, ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I got a ledger.
Yeah. Jamie Dimon, man, is obviously showcasing that his disgust with crypto. But the funny part is JP Morgan comes out and hires a former executive of Celsius. And I mean, it's almost like a name you don't even want to put on your resume. So it's wild to know that they went ahead with this move, knowing Jamie Dimon as the current CEO hates crypto, right? So here we are. What's next? I don't know. I think the Kermit the Frog tea picture I put was just absolutely perfect. It's none of my business. Y'all go ahead, do your thing.
Just let us know you're going to be a custodian wallet for everybody else to protect them.
Yeah, please. Thank
To
you.
not have any piece of the pie.
Yeah.
No, don't go out there. It's scary. Anything could happen. We'll hold it for you, and we'll hold a small percentage.
Yeah. No, it's
Be like me. Be like me. Have a ledger everywhere in your house hidden, and then before you get to it, step on a bouncing Betty and end somebody's life because you're like, you got too close. You should have watched out for the wire.
booby trap your house like that.
Oh, frick yeah. My house is gonna be like Home Alone, and now I have a reason to make it.
After those movers, bro, you were just like, not doing
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah. Movers come back thinking they're gonna hit a lick on me. It's gonna be like Saw freaking 7 or 8, whatever it is. I never watched those gory movies, but
Right.
I mean, for my ledger, I'll be freaking Jigsaw.
Jigsaw. Yo, talk about figuring out a jigsaw puzzle. Let's figure out the puzzle why Gavin Wood decided to step down this week. I don't know. Polkadot, are they worried? Price action, what happened this week? I really wasn't paying attention, but you know,
Did it get tanked?
You know what? I think I did glimpse at it when you asked me what coins this week, and I saw that it really hadn't done much. More things were going up, and it was only up like 1% or something. I don't know. I just sold out of my Polkadot, and I moved it into Ready Utility Apes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, here he goes.
Silly
Guy
bullish.
can't. We can't do ad reads, but this guy's just gonna come up here shilling.
Dude, partnerships now with APTOS projects. Hate them or love them, dude. They got a product that can go into all these discords, man. That's a lot of value. It's a lot of value.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, bring it on in. Bring it in the Discord. Let's see what it does.
We'll see.
I was thinking this dude. I forgot his name. Sorry.
Gavin
I
Wood.
forgot his name. But Gavin Wood, I was like, he sounds like he just went on an Aaron Rodgers spree where he just had a psychedelic journey and is like, I'm going to go find the truest form of myself.
Yeah.
Is this what happened? Because after this article, I was like, how many CEOs have left? Is that good or is it bad? Because CEO after CEO, I'm like, so you guys just going to leave me here holding this bag?
Right.
Regulation. We're just stuck with the dollar and CBDCs, and this guy's on a freaking psychedelic journey. That's effed up.
Disney had their CEO step down like right before March of 2020. I mean, you're just like, okay. There was a couple other CEOs I think that did as well. I mean, do they know when things are probably going to happen? I mean, when you have a lot of resources and your wealth is up there within the 2% of people, I'm pretty sure that the news and the things that you hear is a little bit different than the bottom 98% of people. So maybe that's what happened with this guy. Maybe he's like, yo, I don't even want to be a part of none of this. I need to be happy. And there's a lot of people like that right now, bro. There's a lot of value that has been lost in this marketplace. And like we said in the beginning, it takes a toll. So,
yeah.
Hey, fine.
Well, on the other side, after the bull run, I'll throw the world's biggest plur party out there.
Yeah.
And we can all find ourselves and be like, all right, let's go to the meta F this world. But what a journey.
Yeah, let's go touch grass digitally. But hey, we wish you the best, Gavin, and please continue to build. But moving into the crypto moves, because we already talked about Aptos. Shout out to Cordell with the thread. Thank you. We're excited to see how this pans out, and we're glad to see our boys win out here. Moving into the crypto moves, I really wanted to say you and I both went haywire about Matic this week. And so I kind of felt it was appropriate that you and I just kind of discuss it real quick and you just share what you saw.
Yeah. Well, for a while, like week after week, we've had Matic news, and I was in a rare scenario where I felt like my conviction was bigger than my bag, so I just kind of said F it, went Hail Mary on it.
Yeah.
Turned a little bit into the shout out to BitLord, so I had to acknowledge that. But I don't know why, but I just bought like a lot of Matic. Well, a lot of Matic for me. I mean, I'm no Jeff Bezos, but I freaking love Matic.
Yeah.
Let me get to the chart. You say something nice about Matic and then tag me back in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We are, compared to other projects that are down like 90%, 85%, we got Matic that's down about 70%. That shows a real...
Say it, 69. I'm seeing 69, so it nailed it.
Right.
Perfect.
69. And so with us being not as far off the lows, I mean, that could also be a bad thing, just in the sense of like ratio to reward to risk, right? Your R&R. And so it's risk to reward. And so I'm not saying that Matic is a bad investment at only being down 70%. That can show how convicted people are to this project. Me personally, I'm a big diehard Matic guy. I love him. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and you look at it, 7-day up 11%, 30-day up, 16%, and on 90-day it's up 18%. So I feel like some people would look at it and be like, well, why are you buying that and it's up like that? And I'm just like, well, it's still under $1, and as you can see, 70% from the all-time high. And then you think about what happens the next run when all the average Joes who didn't stick out the grind, they're like, oh my God, Matic?
Yeah.
Is partnering with Disney, that's going to be huge, and is buying it back at $292, and I'm going to be like, oh, frick yeah.
Yeah. And we're gonna be able to offload a couple bags.
I'm gonna
into
be like,
something
can you
else."
believe that?
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
It's wild, dude. Yeah, dude. You want to buy my bag? You know what I'm saying? Like,
No. I mean, maybe a little bit of
a little
it, for
bit of
sure.
the bag. You know, I mean,
Hey, you got to rinse and repeat.
There you go.
Don't player shame.
That's right. And so, you know, and that's the other thing is like down here at these moments, we've been earning passive income on these plays. And so, I mean, a majority of my holdings are in passive plays. And so Matic is also one of those plays. Shout out to Gemini and FTX. You can get 2 to 8% on some Matic. I'm a fan. And around these levels, like you said, you do have a real sideways movement to it. But I saw something, and you know what? The second coin this week, we'll talk about Bitcoin. Let me tell you why. So we had, I believe it was, I want to say it was Rager. It was either Rager or Nebraska Gooner, but they were talking about like everybody watching the Bitcoin chart right now, and you're seeing where we're at with like just complete consolidation. And what's going to be the next big thing that just drops us like you saw in 2018 from 6K to 3K. And I mean, okay, halfway from where we're at right now, you're talking about 19K down around to 10K. We touched 10K. There's things that are pretty severe out there in the markets considering how much big money has come into our market, right? We've already hit recession territory in the United States economy, and you got world markets that are really trying to level off and figure out how do they stop their inflation, right? So paper currency and digital currencies, they're starting to meet head and head, and you're going to start seeing values transition based on needs. So I'm looking at Bitcoin and I'm like, okay, I know everybody's waiting for like that drop off like they saw in 2018. My only thing about that thesis is like, what if, right? Because of the scenario back then, we were a lot more fragile with the amount of retail investor compared to smart money investor, right? Which smart money investor would make things a little bit better of an investment because you would have less risk because you got more money, right? Technically, think about the Dow and NASDAQ, right? So we had Craig Wright and Hodl or not. We dropped from 6K to 3K. What's going to be the catastrophic thing from 18K down to, 19K down to 10K? You see?
And that is true because I'm like, oh man, as even with all the big, well-known crypto guys on Twitter saying that, oh, we're almost out of the mud, look at this, we're about to be bullish. And I mean, I love that. But at the same time, you're just like sitting there, like at the edge of the cliff. You're like, oh boy, please, nothing go wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
But in a sense of investing, well, not investing, don't erase that, bleep that, because it's not financial advice.
Right.
But you can keep it simple. If you've been following crypto even in the smallest bit, just be like, Gary Gensler literally said, if anything's going through, it's going Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Or if anything's going through, it's going to be Bitcoin.
Right.
And maybe only Bitcoin. So with that being said, well, you eliminated like the boogeyman of crypto from that picture, and you're like, well, whatever. Guess I better have some Bitcoin, which we know is number one and moves the market. And I mean, maybe the internet hurt us because I've been seeing some of those videos where people are using Bitcoin in transactions, and I'm like, yes, literally throw it in my face how easy it is.
Literally,
because
please.
that's what needs to happen.
Yes.
The regular person is literally like, I can use Bitcoin to buy Chipotle, but look at this line behind me. What the freaking heck? I don't have time to just experiment.
Right. Exactly.
So throw the knowledge so hard in my face that I don't even want to use the dollar ever again.
Absolutely. Shout out to Jack Mallers. Like, if you can hear us, please, for the love of God, like, push those videos out there and make people see how easy it is to access this ecosystem and use the Bitcoin network, because we know it's going to be here to stay. So that's
and all we need is collective data, is both sides to see the benefit.
Exactly.
When what is it? Not the consumer. I'm backwards right now and I'm blanking. What am I trying to say? Well, yeah, when the seller or the merchant, what is it? The merchant?
Yeah, the merchant. That's a good way.
Okay, you get it. Long story short, when they see that they have more value after using Bitcoin than the dollar, and they are essentially eliminating a third party, they're going to be like, okay, obviously.
I'm in.
Obviously.
Yeah.
No, I don't want more money. I want my money safe with the bank while they just have a reach around with a little bit of a bag every here and there.
And they've put
or from every transaction.
They put the state of fear into like the whole entire world about jumping into crypto. And why do you think they did it? Well, think about the benefits it's going to have for businesses and regular people. And that's what we're talking about. And why do you think they're diving in so hardcore about it? You know, they're trying to figure out how to get their slice of the pie, you know?
Yeah. So, what do you mean you're not going to just let us hold your money?
Yeah.
We're the ones keeping it safe.
Yeah, for sure. So this is a great opportunity for us to tell you, maintain the consistency and don't lose that hunger. Don't forget why you are here and hold on to that. Greatness is achieved through the discipline of practice. Keep on going, you know, and don't forget, this is why we're doing this, is because we're trying to benefit us and stop giving to them. And who's them? You know, we want to spread more value so it isn't just 2% of the people.
Even if I make up an enemy, so what? Competition is healthy. I don't care what you think who they is.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, you said don't forget why you're here.
Yeah.
Or nope, that was a terrible spinoff. But what I wanted to point out is our conviction, because crypto moves didn't even touch any sort of value.
What do you mean?
We like any sort of chart reading, nothing was talked about in there. And in this whole podcast, I was like, where did I want to talk about how take the value out and just look around and see what's going on?
Yeah. No, I mean...
And we did that, yeah. How about a great crypto moves? Hope you learned something. On a side note, if you did want to learn something about the charts, then you go to the Discord, because I added something new.
You did.
I went on to TradingView itself, and I found a cool little tool where, I'm an idiot. Trust me. I don't know how to read patterns. I'm still trying to make sense of what the real traders are saying. So I found this little app that makes life simpler, or not app, but yeah, shout out to TradingView, who can just be like, all right, here's some candle patterns for you.
Right.
And that's what I added.
So you show us.
So they automated it, and I didn't even have to do a thing. And as I learn, I can literally watch it work. And obviously, candle patterns aren't like, oh, guarantee you this is happening, because market is made of buyers and sellers.
Right.
But you can learn and you can read, and it gives you a little clarity about, hey, just because it's forming as this doesn't mean it's guaranteed. Nothing in life is guaranteed, but make an educated guess. And that's why we do crypto moves, to go into it week by week and evaluate the best opportunity.
You said nothing in this life is guaranteed. My dad the other day told me 2 things that are guaranteed. You ready?
Let's hear it.
Death and taxes. And I was like, damn, that's some good stuff, man. That's the truth. If you ever want to hear the truth, that's some truth. That's the slime.
Mm-hmm.
And so, go ahead.
Hey, I'll pay my taxes because I love my country.
That's right.
And a certain amount is okay. But I mean, when we're giving away bajillions of dollars, and I'm like, hey, there's some problems that I kind of voiced my opinion on some things, and I was like, hey, I don't have to stand for this. Plus, I'll pay my taxes, but 30%, and then I got the bank taken from me. I'm like, yo, guys, how many hands have to be in this pot? I'm the one working 8 hours a day.
That's right. Come on. That's literally why we're here. Hop in the Discord. Too Easy Crypto, episode 41. We're in the books. Trizzy, love you, dude. Hell of an episode. Thanks for being here with us, guys.
And on one last note, let's all pray together. Thank you, Metaverse God, for today. Please have that fan not ruin the beginning audio, because it was actually pretty decent, and it was just great. So
great.
Thank you for another day. All right, love you. Wait, before I go, I won't do anything bad if the fan didn't ruin the bad podcast. I will not sin for at least a week. And in my defense, I don't know if gambling's a sin, but I'll think about it in deep thought and weigh out my options. But no, that'll be the worst I'm doing.
Real quick, since you shared that one thought, I got one thought. Mr. Wynn taught me so much, dude. This man, he used to say to me, everything I win in contests here at work, I give to other people, because I don't believe in that type of reward from like winning like that. Like I don't like that. Like I like to give the reward to somebody else. And I've thought about that a lot, dude. Like, and that's why us building around where we have and the amount of value we've put into doing all this stuff, I know it's taken a toll on both of us. So shout out to everybody that's still here, episode 41. we're ready for that next fucking run.
Yep.
Let's go.
Let's go. Later. Love you.